Well, I'm not surprised at all. I predicted Joe Biden would pardon Hunter. I predict he'll pardon Jim Biden. Look, this is the Biden crime family. Joe Biden has lied so many times. It started during the debate with Donald Trump when the laptop was discovered and he said the laptop was fake. It was Russian disinformation. He knew the laptop was legitimate then. He lied to the American people then, and he lied to the American people when he said he would never pardon his son for 10% of the crimes he committed, which is what he was charged for. 10% of the crimes he actually committed.
10%. The arrogance of the statement that he put out, to me, was the best part. Just this whole idea that the DOJ is corrupted. Again, the DOJ is corrupted. It's corrupted to his benefit. And the only thing that happened here is that they went so far that they were so egregious with it that a judge finally said, this is just outrageous. This has to stop, and put his foot down. And we got these, again, very meager charges against Hunter Biden.
Yeah, meager charges. Look, the IRS whistleblowers, everything they said, Shapley and Ziegler, has turned out to be 100% true. Yeah. And they were retaliated against, which is another story. But if you go back to what they said, the Department of Justice and the IRS intentionally let the statutes of limitations run out on a majority of the illegal funds that the Bidens took in from their influence peddling operation. Yep. Then Shapley and Ziegler said they didn't know about a lot of the funds that we found, like the funds from Romania and some other countries. They didn't know about the loans that they had taken in, and the loans that they never repaid, never paid any interest on, never even had loan documentation on. So the extent of the crimes that they were charged with was I would estimate, about 10% of the actual financial crimes they committed. I'm not even talking about the sex trafficking and the minors on the internet or anything like that. I'm just talking about the financial crimes, because that's all I was asked to investigate.
They created accounts to launder money to members of the family. Yes. I mean, I feel like I'm losing my mind with this story, and it's just amazing to me. But part of this, and sorry to interrupt, but part of this broad pardon here means that Hunter can no longer claim the fifth. You can't claim the fifth. You can't incriminate yourself if you've been pardoned, obviously. Mm-hmm. My question to you is, do you have any plans for Hunter Biden knowing this?
Well, I look forward to talking to Attorney General Bondi about this. We still have information that we've requested that we've never received. The White House is still, to this day, obstructing rightful evidence that we should have obtained. The White House has instructed the National Archives not to turn over all those pseudonym emails, Rob. We still don't have the pseudonym emails, which we believe will show Joe Biden was communicating secretly with the shady associates that were a part of the money laundering scheme with the money from our adversaries around the world. And when you mentioned all the different money laundering and things like that, that was 6 banks saying that. Banks like J.P. Morgan and Bank of America, banks that issued over 175 suspicious activity reports saying that they were confident their client had committed financial crimes. So it's not just Comer saying this, it's not just Newsmax saying this. These are 6 of the biggest, most respected banks in America saying that the Bidens were crooks, that they were susceptible to bribes, that they had no idea, that they owned an investment company but had no investments. I mean, this is the most corrupt political family in the history of the American presidency. Yeah. And this is the biggest public corruption scandal ever. And I hope that the Trump Justice Department will take our investigation and hold people accountable, not just the Bidens, but all the deep state actors that were involved in the cover-up.
Well said. I mean, this is the stuff of dictators. You know, to be able to operate with this kind of impunity the way this family has. I mean, this is the way it works in countries where there's no challenge. Yeah. It's really scary stuff, and I'm glad it got exposed. You were a big part of that. Congressman, thank you so much for taking the time. Excited to see what happens with this new era coming in January 20th.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.